Bulls Nation, oh my God. We've got a live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up for y'all right around the corner. Bulls beat the Lakers in miraculous fashion. Pat, Coby, Josh, 3 threes in the span of 10 seconds. The last one was from half court. We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Day. Bow. BAWL Sports. 4-time champ, Uncle Will _Perdue 32, back in the saddle. What up, Will?
Winner, chicken dinner.
That's right. Bro. Queen of the controls, the one and only Katie Duffy hanging out with us. Hello, Katie. Wow. Bulls win, Dave.
Bringing up noises I've never heard from Katie before. She got up for the Bulls win. Hit him with the wait. You can't hit him in the face, Katie. You can't hit him in the face. The people need you to slap LeBron, Katie.
Bulls win.
They need you to slap him again.
Bulls win.
They need you to backhand him 4 times.
Bulls win.
And then drop the bomb on his face.
Bulls win. Bulls win.
Yeah. Can't do the bomb in here.
CHGO Bulls postgame presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. And that was not an ordinary moment, gentlemen.
What?
Shout out to Bulls Nation hanging out with us on YouTube. Hit that like button if you're hanging out with us now.
Dude.
Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous and happy tonight. Guys,
wow.
Segment 1, fittingly, What's Brewing, brought to you by Sam Adams. What's Brewing? The Bulls.
The Bulls.
9 of their last 11, and this one, they're back home after a 4-2 road trip. Inexplicable. Then you think, okay, the magic had to wear off at some point. It's fitting that it wears off at home because the Bulls have been a bad team at home this year.
They've been bad at home, yes.
And look, it looks like it was going to be one of those too little, too late comebacks. Coby starts cooking a little bit. They cut the Lakers' lead down to like 5. And then they kind of just trade baskets for most of the second half of the fourth quarter. And then out of nowhere, Pat Williams is like, oh, here's a clutch corner 3. a just disastrous inbound from the Lakers off their baseline after that bucket. Like, what are you doing?
Suck it, Bron.
I mean, had total shades of Zach against the Hornets back in the 2018-19 season. Holy crap.
Yes.
Coby, wide open after the turnover, cans a 3.
Yep.
Then you get a quick Austin Reaves bucket on the other end. And, like, honestly, like, that had shades of, why am I blanking on the name? The Cavs guy who got that quick bucket before MJ hit the shot in Game 5.
Craig Elo.
Yeah, so they're like, Austin Reaves had a Craig Elo bucket,
Yes,
right?
he did. Yes,
Lakers
he did.
go back up by 1.
Yes.
3 seconds.
Keep going, Matt.
Josh Giddey gets the inbounds.
What's he do?
Takes a couple dribbles, pulls that up from half court.
Right.
And of course.
Of course.
Cash.
Right there.
Cash.
What is going on today? First of all, my White Sox, shout out to them for the win right there.
God.
So that was awesome to see. And nobody thought that White Sox win was coming out of nowhere. But that was cool to see. But then in this game, listen, man, I have so many thoughts. Because I had so many before I thought that they were losing this one. But I even got even more now. But my God, watching that game, they were carried by the young guys, which is what I want to see. Is them carried by the young guys. When I talk about consistency and seeing stuff like this is what you want to see. Everything about this game they should have lost. Everything about it should have been an L. Coby wouldn't allow it. Coby continued to play. He got hot in that fourth quarter, which is what he does. Coby gets hot in that fourth quarter. The Lakers shut down what the Bulls like to do, which was get out and run. And they did it for 3.5 quarters. They shut it down. You saw a glimpse of it real quick when you saw Coby hit those back-to-back threes. Remember, he pulled up and he hit that 3? And then the Lakers went right back up by 10 because they said, nope, you ain't going to be running on us today. They took it away. But Coby said, nope, I'm too hot for that. And then Josh Giddey, who was balling all game long. This is the thought I was having, Matt, when they were losing, watching Josh Giddey. For me, now I'm just talking about me, this is the best game I've seen him have in a Chicago Bulls uniform.
Who?
Josh Giddey. For me, this is why, and I'm about to, let me break it on down for you. Will Perdue, who's sitting here with 4 championships. The reason I felt this way is because they clearly keyed in on Giddey and were trying to stop him. They clearly were like, no, we're not going to let you do what you like to do, which is get the ball, get out and run. We're going to make you guys set up an offense in the half court, and you're going to have to do it that way. Josh Giddey, it did not deter him. It stopped him for a little bit, and he had to adjust, and he adjusted to it. It didn't stop him from taking the shots he wanted to take. He continued to crash the boards, and he was continuing to assist on guys. He would drive inside, find Zach Collins, hit him with a bounce pass, finding Red Velvet, hitting him with the pass. He was getting rebounds and letting guys get out and run. He played the game without the basketball for a while. He said, "Fett, I'm going to have the game without the ball." The Lakers were clearly slowing the pace down, clearly slowing it down. But Josh Giddey continues to still do Josh Giddey stuff, even within that. That's what was super impressive to me, because in the face of actual adversity against a team that was trying to take away what you like to do, he balled out. This is what I've been talking about, just seeing the consistency from him. This is what I wanted to see. And then just to throw a cherry on top, let me hit a shot from half court to win the game and then leave my hand up and pose like I just won a 6th championship. Damn. You can't take nothing from that young man tonight. Josh Giddey was outstanding and amazing. For me, it was the best game I saw him play in the Chicago Bulls uniform, man. And I'm standing on that one. Come on, Will Perdue.
So what contract are you signing him to if you're the general manager? No, I'm asking a question.
This has nothing to do with what just happened right there. We just watched the dude hit from half court. Can we have, just a piece of cake? I just wanted a piece. I don't even eat it down like that no more, Will. But damn, he hit a half-court shot. Half court. Damn. And I don't have no contract thoughts, bro. Not right now. Talk to me in the next segment. I'll probably get you with something. But right now, Will Perdue, I just know it was the best game I saw him play as a Chicago Bull for the reasons I stated.
One of the best. But, okay, you're the general manager.
Why do you gotta go to school?
What are you going to sign him to?
He's going to go ahead.
And well, everybody in the comments basically is John Malkovich.
And that's why
pay
I'm
that
asking,
man his money.
I'm not trying to shit on what he did.
What was we say? Yeah, 4 years, 108.
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah, I think he'll get that.
Let's just enjoy the moment before we get into all that.
But he's saying it like he's got a point.
All right, let's enjoy the play-in game. Yeah, baby. That's bullshit.
Yes, Will. Nobody's talking about a play-in game. I'm talking about this one.
Let's talk about the 12th pick in the draft.
I'm talking about this game.
But that's what this game is leading to.
Yes, Will
Look
Perdue.
at the bigger picture, Dave.
I am Will Perdue.
No,
but
you're
right
not.
Now in segment 1, I got to get a man love for what he did.
But then you're a phony.
How am I a phony? Giving him love for what he did?
No.
That's bullshit.
No.
Will, that's bullshit.
No, it's
Giving
not.
him love for playing well in one game does not mean I'm like, hey, he give him $30 million. Hey, we're going to make a deep playoff run.
I didn't
it means
say
I'm
that,
enjoying
Dave.
the damn game. No, you called me a phony, Will. I don't take kind of shit like that.
All right, I apologize.
My man.
Because
I
was just being facetious. But if you want to take it personally, that's my fault.
That's cool, Will. I love you.
All right? But I always look at the bigger picture.
Okay, let's talk about the bigger picture.
If you want to celebrate this, celebrate
That's
it.
what I'm doing. I just celebrated it. And then I'm going to get into it, Will. Is that all right?
No, it's not.
I can't give Josh Giddey love. Go ahead. Will says screw that. Will's not with the giving him love at all.
Look.
He ain't for it.
So, because here's my thing.
Come on.
If you're willing to give him that love, then let's just take the 6 banners down and leave them down.
They're already down, Will.
Then let's just leave them down.
For one game. I'm talking one game out here. Go ahead, Will.
But that's the problem. Okay? I want to celebrate a game. Okay? But the problem is now we've won 9 and 11.
Yes, sir.
Matt, please throw out the stat of the last how many championship teams had what on their team?
A top 7, if not top 3 pick. MVP, most of them. Yeah.
Okay.
What they do.
40 of the last 45.
I
NBA
actually
champions.
enjoyed the game.
It was great.
Okay?
You're a phony, Will.
And maybe I am because this is what I believe. Because there are certain games that you play that you want to win regardless of what the results may cause.
Sure, yeah.
Okay?
I would always put games against LeBron James in that category as a Bulls fan.
Sure.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But I also like to put things in context.
Sure.
One of the things that my wife always says is some people will be like, yo, man, why do you want to be so down on the Bulls? It's not about being down on the Bulls. It's about being a realist. Okay? And so if you want me to run around and, like Chuck Swirsky says, balloons and lollipops. Rainbows. That's great.
Sunshine.
But at some point, we have to address the problem, right? And how do we fix the problem? And it's not that I don't want to celebrate this win, quite honestly, okay? But what I don't want to hear at the end of the season is we're competing.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. What are we talking about? We're talking about celebrating the game, Will. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm talking about one game. I'm talking about this game. That's it. The man hit a half-court shot. I'm giving him his love for it, and I'm always giving him his love for that.
But I think,
does it mean that your bigger picture, I agree with a million times.
But he's going to get more than 108.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
He's going to get 120.
Okay.
Over
he
4.
Not. I agree that he shouldn't. We're on the same page.
He will. But no, I think it was a great game. But at the same time, I thought we were playing the perfect script of playing well and dealing with adversity and then losing at the end. But this is what I've accepted.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what is the...
Nice wig, by the way.
Thank you. What is the lowest pick that the Bulls can get?
Lowest as in, like,
in the draft.
Furthest away from number one? Or
Correct.
Well, I mean, if they go to the playoffs, 15th or beyond.
15, right.
Okay. Right. So somebody tried to tell me it's top 10 protected, but it's not because they got it back.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it was. And then they made the trade that brought it back into their control.
All I'm saying is there's plenty of positives to talk about this thing, man.
I was
about
trying
this
to.
game. But I kind of felt like you went a little bit over the top.
By saying what? By saying what, Will?
Okay, over the top. Did you watch the ending of that game?
Like, seriously, dog.
Everybody who watches the show
Half-court.
knows that I am someone who believes it is in the Bulls' best interest to be higher in the lottery than winning these games in March right now. There's no denying that. Even I, as a Bulls/NBA fan, my jaw was on the floor watching what just happened. That was one of the most entertaining ends to an NBA game I've ever seen. And I've been watching the NBA for 35 years. That was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
That ending was ridiculous.
She caught all 3 of those, by the way.
And
Shout out Emma.
You know what? I'm here for it. Because why are we sports fans? To be entertained, and ideally entertained in dramatic fashion when your team wins. I still am a big picture. What the hell are they doing, Bulls fan right now?
Correct.
But tonight, after that, if you can't enjoy that, then I feel sorry for you.
Word.
No, I did.
For real.
I did enjoy it. But you guys also have to remember who I compare everybody to and situations to.
One of the greatest sports dynasties of all time.
That is
the greatest
correct.
player that ever existed in the history of the world. Yes.
Yeah.
So you got to understand.
You look at it so much differently. I get it.
Yes.
You're not even used to losing 3 in a row. Like, I get it. You have a whole different monster and skill set what you're looking at out there. But again, Will, we just talk about one game.
No, I
That's it.
know, and I'm not trying to rain on your parade.
You turn the faucet on a little bit.
No, I did, but I just look at it differently.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, because it's just like you and I could go to a restaurant, right, and we could have a meal, and we could walk out and you'd be like, "Damn, man, that was one of the greatest meals I've ever had." I'd be like, "Really?"
Sorry. Go ahead.
What did she say?
It was nothing on there, but I know what it meant.
I don't have a whiteboard marker.
It was a break zone whiteboard,
But
but
I
it
knew
was
it
nothing
on it. It
But
was
it's
nothing
just-
on it. Go ahead.
Having expectations when you're watching something, when you're dealing with something, when you're eating a meal, things like that. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Quite honestly. All right? To put it into terms and this is, believe me, I don't want to try to, throw shade on this whole thing. It's just that one thing I always talk about, and I know, let's go to a break and then I'll finish this.
Word.
We got to knock out our first ad break. Shout out to the 1,200 of you out there in Bulls Nation tuning in live. Hit the freaking like button, y'all, for that conclusion. What a game. We got plenty more to get to on tonight's game. Keep throwing us your comments. Throw us a super chat if you feel like it. Hit the like button while we share some ads.
This dude.
Woo. Man, I might need to unwind a little bit when we get home tonight. My heart is racing. That game was crazy.
It's the Emma day.
Shout out to Sunnyside, y'all. Yeah. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Yes. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your spring and then summer right around the corner, y'all. What are some of the amazing features that make Sunnyside so awesome? It's your one-stop shop for all of your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu with over 100 strains to choose from, plus easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Sunnyside is Illinois' favorite dispensary with locations in the city, locations in Wrigleyville and River North. Shout out to the Wrigleyville location. I just swung through there yesterday.
Oh, he did.
After the show.
Did you make a stop?
Products. Made a stop at Sunnyside.
Mm-hmm.
You got some of that to share with Dave?
He's welcome to. I share if you come to me.
See? I knew he was about to say
you
that.
You come to my crib. You can have all the Sunnyside products you want.
I knew he was going to say that.
If you're just starting out, Sunnyside has expert guidance and brands that they know you'll love, like Good News and Mindy. Shout out to those Good News brunch orange-flavored gummies. Picked a fresh batch up yesterday. Visit Sunnyside.shop for Bright Buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. That's 150% off when you do that math. Just use promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. That's, again, promo code HICHGO at checkout. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. Bright Buys every day. Only for 21 and older and Illinois MedCard holders.
Go ahead, Matt. Take a swig of that. Oh, yeah. Because I'm enjoying it a little bit right after I get through with this one right here. Because like beer, it just got so much better. Why? Because it's got that Sam Adams American Light. We thought we were out of it, and then I told Matt it was some on the other side of the office ready to go.
2 fridges.
Oh, it's clean, it's crisp, and it's super easy to drink. And Will Perdue is correct. It is fresh. No gimmicks, no fluffs, no woozies, and of course, no wazies. It's light beer that is just made right. Because light beer shouldn't feel like a compromise. It's an American classic so smooth that Will Perdue will hang out with it. You'll want to crack open another one. And then another one. And then one more after that. And then one more because Giddey hit something from half court. It's always Sam season, ladies and gentlemen. Light beer just got so much better. Grab some Sam Adams American Light. Available now at select Chicago retailers. Must be 21. Please, I implore you, please drink responsibly.
Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in that chat. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. Hit the like.
Wild.
What was the thought you were in the middle of before the break,
yes.
Uncle Will?
So this is kind of how I look at things. Okay. This is how I was brought up. So when my mom retired, right? Nobody knew this until she retired, because then all this stuff comes to the surface. But my mom had 19 months of sick leave that she never used, because my mom believed in being accountable, going to work, doing your job. You know, there's a picture of her the day before I was born at work. My mom was a nurse, by the way.
Flex. Shout out to nurses.
With a black and white photo with my mom in her nurse's outfit with a mop and a bucket with a big old bump. At work the day before I was born. And everybody knows back then, we're talking about 1965 and the 60s, you got 6 weeks. 6 weeks to the day she was back at work, right? I, in 9th grade, tried to quit basketball. She wouldn't let me quit. She said, play it out the end of the year and then see what happens. Everything went well.
Worked out.
So I just always have had specific expectations for myself, which... You know, I'm very hard on myself. You know, it's probably prevented me from enjoying some things that maybe I should have enjoyed more, right? My wife does a really good job now of evening things out. But as I've always said, I kind of hold this organization to different standards. It is a game, and it was a great game. I mean, I was into the game.
You were there.
At the game.
Yeah.
I was pissed because there were so many Lakers fans there.
He was.
You know, because I even told you at one point I had my back turned for a minute was talking to Eddie Curry was there tonight.
Oh, flex.
And all of a sudden I heard a lot of noise, and I thought the Bulls did something, and then I noticed the Bulls are taking the ball down the floor, so the Lakers actually did something. I was like, what is going on? And, of course, all these LeBron jerseys everywhere, and they're like, do they not know whose house this is?
Suck it.
Right? But I want to enjoy this, but I'm sorry that I can't, like, remove the shadow of what we need to be doing and how we need to be doing it and what's the future contain.
I think, okay, Uncle Will, I think that's 100% fair. And the people who watch this show know that that's basically been my thesis all season long. Anytime Bulls fans are enjoying these wins more so than I am. I think tonight and that game and the way it ended, even I am sitting here saying, like, yo.
Wow.
Yo.
What a game.
This team's won 9 of the last 11 games. They come home after a 4-2 road trip out west. And that is what we watch at the end of that. It's crazy. I'm still with you. I am 110% with you on where this team is and what they should be doing right now.
Facts.
But even I can't not enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because it was freaking crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, Will. Like, even you talked about your mother in those sick days. My father was the same way. Like, when the year before he was about to retire from teaching, he didn't even know what it meant to have a sick. He didn't even know what it was.
Right. No, I get
And
it.
he was like, oh, snap. And then he saw he had literal, like, ridiculous amounts. Like, work ethic is something that is definitely instilled in you, instilled in me,
it's also
and instilled in Matt.
But
Hold on. But you came up different in the sense of you were on a team that is a championship team. And so you talk about this all the time, a standard that is set. And you want that standard to be met. So celebrating stuff like this, to Will, it's kind of like, do you remember Kobe on Jimmy Fallon when his teammates won a game and they were going crazy and laughing with each other on that?
Shout out to Bulls legend Carlos Boozer, who was in that video.
And Kobe's just looking like, like this, like, dude, what are y'all celebrating? Are you kidding me? I got 5 of these rings. We supposed to have these rings. We understand that mentality, Will, and I got that same mentality with you. All we're saying is I watched the dude hit a half-court shot to win a game that they were getting kicked on all the time, man, and I'm just celebrating that aspect. We know how to separate. You know what I mean? I know how to separate this from the bigger goal.
Right, but something tells me, like tonight was the perfect storm, right? The dude shoots a 4-foot air ball.
That floater was
trash.
Then he hits a half-court shot to win the game.
Yeah.
The resiliency of this team is impressive. I enjoy.
Oh, tremendously.
I mean, I won't turn it, when they get down 16 or 17, I won't turn the TV off on nights when I'm not working, right? Because I want to see the ending. How are they going to get themselves back into this game? Because they seem to be doing it over and over and over again. But I was kind of laughing inside because not only did the Bulls win tonight, the Magic lost.
Hey-oh.
Yep.
And the Atlanta Hawks lost.
Correct. All true.
So
the storm.
I have this vision of them getting the 8th seed, right? Possibly making the playoffs, which I'm going to tell you right now, I would be ecstatic, right? Because I get paid by the game, right? But I disagree with the thought of, it's going to help them learn by going and losing to the Celtics or to the Cavs. Will they compete? Yeah. Will they make it hard on them to win? Yeah, they're not going to give anything up. I actually love what this team is doing. But now I'm already thinking ahead about how are we going to make this team better? How are we going to get out of the play-in? And I know some people are like, oh, man, put that aside and just enjoy it, and everything will be fine tomorrow. And
we ain't say that.
But I'm just like, I did enjoy it. I mean, I want to talk about the game. I want to break it down.
Sure.
You just kind of caught me a little bit off guard when you...
By being excited? Being happy? I didn't say nothing crazy, Will.
It's been a while since you've been excited.
Well, that's true, but I'm always happy. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been excited.
Again, did you see what happened in the game?
That will get excitement. Crazy. It was like half-court heave to win, dog. Like, yeah, I'm a.
But you also have to remember.
But I didn't say, the Bulls are going to the playoffs now.
What I saw on a nightly basis. And I can honestly say this, I wasn't like this when I got to Chicago.
Okay.
Right?
You mean when you first arrived as a player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had expectations. You know, I was at Vanderbilt, went to the Sweet 16, lost to Kansas, blah, blah, blah.
All flexes.
But just when I got to Chicago, I knew that my work ethic had to change, my attitude had to change, you know, the whole thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for people that are watching, you know, I can promise you BJ feels the same way, MJ feels the same way, Pax feels the same. I can go down the list because it's just different. And I know unless you've truly experienced it, it's really hard to put in the words, because if I really try to put it in the words to where I think you can understand it the best, you would probably find that explanation disrespectful. And that's not, I don't want to go down that road because of the fact that that's not what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah. I can promise you, Will, we probably have the same mindset on stuff, bro. It was just that. A half-court shot is going to warrant that kind of excitement. So if you think a half-court shot get that out of me, imagine the championship when I was watching you win as a child.
No, and
imagine what I was doing.
Rightfully so.
Going crazy, bro.
But like I said, at the end of the day, people were like, man, dude, I enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
And I asked you guys when I walked in the door, right? Mm-hmm. The Lakers had just gone on an 8-0 run, and I said, what happened? And you said, Vooch hit a 3, Coby hit a 3, right? And then we see this ending.
Yeah.
It was like everything went right.
Everything went right.
And I'm sure more than anything, which really makes everybody happy, was that pass was actually made by LeBron.
Yes, it was.
Man.
Yes, it was.
I could not believe
Suck
that.
it,
I
LeBron
could not
James.
believe that.
Yeah. After hitting his tip-in game winner. Yeah, with like
You expect that kind of foolishness from the
Yeah.
Charlotte Hornets.
yeah, seriously. Like, Will, if I saw a tip-in game winner by Josh Giddey, you wouldn't have seen this. You know what I'm saying? It would be like, hey, man, that was awesome. That was good. But, yeah, but doing it like that, it deserved that kind of joy, man, because that was something I didn't expect. I didn't see. I don't think anybody did.
Especially
I think
with
that's
no
why.
timeout.
Exactly. With 3 seconds left to just get that inbound and go with the Bulls.
3.3 to be exact.
Exactly, because the Bulls have been super chaotic, you know what I'm saying, and getting their offense together, especially in the half court in this entire game. Mm-hmm. They had real struggles with that. Giddey had some really bad turnovers. Coby, as you mentioned, had some really bad shots. You know, like they were struggling as a team, but they stayed kind of within it. You know, they wouldn't detach themselves from the Lakers. Even when they were going on their runs, even when Luka is talking crazy, they wouldn't detach themselves from them. They continued to hang out. And
See, that's to me, that's the storyline.
Sure.
I understand for you guys the storyline is the ending and they won and how they won. But I remember sitting in, I mean, because you look at that third quarter, they scored a measly 17 points.
17,
Basically, the Bulls doubled them up. But I promise you, I was sitting in the United Center going, so how are the Bulls going to get themselves back in this game?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I knew at some point they would make a run. The question was, could they get themselves over the hump? Because that third quarter was so bad. But we've seen it time and time again. And that's the other thing I love about Coby is that I know when you look at his game, and before the Bulls went on that fourth quarter, you know, like when I was driving here, Chuck Swirsky was like, and that's Kobe's 10th, 11th, 12th?
14th straight of 20 plus?
14th 20-point game. But
14.
I was like, but tonight for Coby, to me, it was kind of like more of a volume night, which was uncharacteristic of him.
That's a good way. Yeah, you're right.
Because I felt like, you know, and part of this, I feel like he was put in and I know people are going to be looking at this differently, but I was looking at the lineup, right? And because they had some non-scorers in there, this is where now I feel like Kobe's taking his basketball IQ to the next level. He recognized that, right? And I think it's one of the rare times that I've seen where I felt like Coby tried to take the game over. Mm-hmm. And he had to, and I got to give him credit, man. He was willing to take the physical beating to try to get to the lane. Because the other thing they weren't getting was the calls from the officials. Ding. Okay?
Right.
But I also thought on a whole, the officials did a really good job of calling the game. Perfect example, when Austin went down the lane and just shoved his forearm right into Vooch's chest, right? That was plain as day, and that was on my end of the floor. And thank you, the refs called it. Now, he did it a couple other times, and they didn't call it, right? But I wanted to give the refs credit for letting this team play. So 2 things like you were talking about. It took a little while for the Bulls to adapt. took a little while for the Bulls to realize that Coby, Josh Giddey, these guys were struggling to get into the paint, and when they did get to the rim, there was 3 or 4 or 5 defenders, all right? And you look at what we're looking at now, 19 of 44 from 3, right? You shoot 43%. The Lakers shot 29. I mean, that just tells you how big of a weapon the three-point shot is.
Mm-hmm.
So now you ask yourself, how big has – and that's the whole thing. I want to talk about all these guys, but how big has Herter been being able to knock down threes consistently now?
Yeah, we got to take our second break right there. But yeah, he was big. He was their leading scorer like early in the fourth quarter. We will be joined by Gottlieb on the other side of this break. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Throw us a super chat if you feel like it.
Go Goat in here.
Oh yeah,
Go remote.
hit the like. Here's some ads.
30 million.
Postgame tonight brought to you by Circus Sportsbook. Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circus Sports Illinois. Circus Sports is sports betting the way it should be. Circus Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service featuring real human beings. Down with the machines. I am not a fan. Did y'all watch Terminator? It could happen again.
Katie?
That's right. I said again. Terminator's based on a true story.
Katie
y'all.
saw Terminator.
Katie's seen it?
What?
Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, even in-game betting. Circa has it all. So fun to bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. March Madness is here, y'all. Mm-hmm. We got Sweet 16 action going on right now. We got more Sweet 16 action tomorrow. My God, shout out to Alabama, who put up 100 and some points tonight. Set an NCAA tournament record for made threes. Not only set it, blew it out of the water.
What conference were they in?
You could have been having fun making money betting on that crazy kind of action. So, get your picks in for tomorrow's March Madness games. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh, you want to get your money right and tight and correct.
Yes, please.
I know it's tax season, but after that, you still want to have it right and cool. So you are going to need Monarch Money, ladies and gentlemen, because finances can be messy and very confusing. But Monarch Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. Hello. It's more than your average budgeting app, ladies and gents. It's more than your average bear. Monarch Money is a complete financial command center for your accounts, investments, and your goals. Don't just manage your money. Start building wealth with 50% off your first year for all the listeners out there. Start managing your finances to build the life that you actually want. Monarch makes managing money simple, even for people with busy lives. Because with all your accounts, credit cards, and investments all in one place, you'll always know where your money stands without a hassle. Track your spending, your savings, your investments effortlessly, so you can focus on what matters the most, making your biggest life goals a reality. How do you know that it works and that it's awesome? Well, it was named Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025. Ooh. The top recommended personal finance app by users and experts. Hello. With over 30,000 5-star reviews. You heard what I said. Get control over your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code CHGO at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off of your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with that code CHGO. Get your money right and your finances tight with Monarch Money.
Katie, I heard a jingle. Do we have a goat waiting for us? Let's do it. Let's bring in the goat on to that Hooters Hot Wing Hotline, y'all.
Ooh.
Woo!
When did that happen?
A month ago?
Yeah, he went golfing.
Well, tell him to call back.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Meanwhile, here's a quote from Josh Giddey via Casey Johnson on Twitter. As soon as it left my fingertips, it looked good. That's kind of why I held my. That's why I held my follow through the whole time. It had that feeling. Looked straight, felt good. Special night. Goat's back. Hey, there he is. Will the Goat Gottlieb on that Hooters Hot Wing Hotline. Goat, is that one of the craziest endings to an NBA game you've ever witnessed in person?
That was wild. I just honestly, the half court shot, I've seen those before. It's very rare. Obviously they're incredible when it happens, but you've seen those before, right? To me, it was down 6 or down 5 with 10 seconds to go, 3 steal 3, and then you give up a layup and there's 3 seconds left. And that's what leads to it. So it was just the whole sequence. And, we were just talking to the guys in the locker room, and all of them, Billy, Patrick, Coby, Giddey, they all referenced the fact that like everybody got involved in that. Everybody made a shot. Vooch had one earlier. And I think it speaks to this team really feeling like they've got some just good vibes rolling right now, where there's not like anybody dominating the ball or being like the man. It's like a very team oriented thing. And they feel like they can come back in any of these games because they're the best conditioned team. They're running teams off the court, as we've talked about in these fourth quarters. And yeah, I mean, when you get a little luck like that, because it does take some luck to hit 3 threes in 10 seconds, that was incredible.
Will, watching that, I thought that for me personally, this was the best game I've seen Josh Giddey play in a Bulls uniform because of the style of play that the Lakers were putting upon it. They weren't letting the Bulls get out and run and doing what they like. They made them operate basically out of a half court. They made it a very slow game, and Giddey was still incredibly impactful for the Bulls, scoring, rebounding, and assists-wise. Just talk about how you felt about Josh Giddey and his play tonight before he even hit that big shot.
I mean, yeah, it was a really solid game from him. I know he missed that floater pretty bad, airballed it. And, that was one of the things that Coby immediately said after the game was like the fact that he stayed in the game after that to where he got that steal. Like that was without that steal and that assist to Coby, they don't win that game. So I think obviously the 3 was big, and you kind of have to like just be in the moment for those. You don't have an opportunity to get in your head about that, but I think that's something he's worked on a lot, of just moving on to the next play, being ready to take the shots when available to him. And the Lakers were completely leaving him alone in the second half from 3 after he made a couple in the first half. And so he missed a couple. I think he was, he reacted to that in a negative way. Like he was upset with himself for missing, but he stayed with it and obviously came up with, 2 of the biggest plays in the game to help win. So he's always going to be a guy that when you run your offense through him, he's putting up stats, but I think the way that he is doing it has been what's most encouraging. The rebounding has been awesome. That's been the case all year, but just the driving, that's what opens up the assists. That's what opens up the free throw drawing, the finishing at the rim. And those are the areas of concern for me that he has been just so good at lately. And you just have to feel good about his play overall. And then, at the end of the day, like when you talk about the teams with the best players often win, or you need a star to compete at the highest level, like what that really means is you need players to make plays in the crunch time. And that's what he did. He made multiple plays on both ends of the floor as a facilitator, as a defender, and as a half court shooter. So incredible game from him all around. And really everyone. I mean, they were down 18 with 10 minutes to go, and they just fight their way back in. It's really impressive the way that they're able to continue to do that, because it's not just a one-off thing. It really has been, this whole month.
Ladies and gentlemen, Will Perdue.
Will, in this run that they've made, where do you think this resiliency has come from to consistently be able to put themselves in these positions, but then find a way to get back over the top?
Yeah, we were just trying to ask the guys that too, because I'm not really sure. I mean, you see like the way that they play, and I think they have a lot of belief in that style. Their pace, their aggressiveness, and their physicality driving, I think they all believe that their skills, their individual skills can be maximized in that system. And as a group, they collectively can be maximized in that way. And I think they have a lot of belief in that. They know that in order to compete at that style, you have to be physical on both ends. They've done that. And so I think like when you see it working and you like continue to buy in more than that, and it sort of snowballs where, the buy-in is there, the belief is there, and then the result is there. And then you have more reason to buy in and more reason to believe in it. And it just kind of snowballs. And it just feels like, this team has now won 9 of 12 games. Is that right? 9 of 11.
9 of 11.
This is just like getting hot at the right time. I think that's a part of it too. But for them to really buy in, again, they were down 18 with 10 minutes to go. Like to have enough belief in yourself that you can still make a comeback at that point. I think it's just a collective belief in the group, in the system, and in their own abilities.
The fact that Billy, who's been getting credit from a lot of directions for the part that he's played and the way the Bulls are playing in all of these wins recently, has been noticeably kind of shrinking his rotation by a player or a player and a half in a lot of these games. Tonight, he essentially went like 8.5 deep Julian Phillips just some spot minutes. I think he had like 5, maybe 7 off the bench. We've seen him go to Collins sometimes. We've seen him go to Jalen Smith sometimes. Tonight it was Collins after Jalen Smith had a big game on Monday. But the rotation is shrinking. Do you just see that as a coach heading down the home stretch of a regular season, or is there a different reason for that?
I think that's a little bit. Part of it is also probably that he's missing a couple of his primary guys. I mean, Trey Jones, Lonzo, and Io were guys that were getting 25 plus minutes a game when they were healthy, and so I think there's this element of like next man up and opportunity. But at a certain point, like even if you want to have a team that plays, 9 to 10 good players, I hate to like bring that up because I'm not doing it facetiously, but like when you want to have depth and play in that way, that's great. But like when your guys start going down, I think at a certain point, the leash gets a little bit tighter on some of the players that you don't trust as much. And even like Modest tonight, 25 minutes, but he did not play much in the second half either. Not to say that he should have, or like he was earning it or whatever, but it's just Patrick was playing well. I thought Dalen played well in the stint that he had. And so I think there's just an element of like, you got to continue to ride the guys. And that's really been Billy's approach, I think, since I've been covering him, is like in the heat of the game, you try to stay on top of the minutes. You try to stay on top of like, but at the end of the day, it's like, you just got to ride the hot hand and like play the players that you think are going to help you win.
Will, it looked like Coby was struggling and wasn't himself in this game. I mean, obviously until that fourth quarter where he started, raining threes. Was there something going on with him physically, or was this just a game that he just happened to be off?
I think he was fine. He's been dealing with the toe issue for a while. I don't think that was it or really affecting him. But, this team is playing such a physically demanding style. Just the amount of running they do, the pace that they play. They are constantly getting up the floor, even after made shots by the defense. I mean, they're just not taking breaks. And when you're missing 3 guards that can help alleviate some of that play time, I think it can wear some of these guys down. Again, they're incredibly well conditioned. I'm not saying that they're like out of shape or anything, but maybe it was that. And then, he turned on the afterburners in the fourth quarter because he made like 3 huge threes. And yeah, that I'm still getting over that fourth quarter. That was wild.
I mean, it was a great ending. Don't get me wrong, but what, like we were talking about earlier, I wanted to ask you about Coby. And I mentioned with these guys as I was at the game, it's one of the first times I've really seen him do this, to where early on it just seems like he was maybe trying to do a little too much, trying to force some things. I know he was trying to get himself to the basket, possibly get a favorable whistle, which he wasn't getting. But how do you, in the times that you've been able to talk to him and the growth that you've seen from him, his ability to continue to learn throughout a game, because I feel like this is where now his IQ has gone to the next level.
Yeah, I think he understands the game, to your point of like IQ and reading the gaps and the seams in the defense and like where those driving lanes are. I think he's gotten a lot better at that. But the thing to me that stood out over these last 10 or 12 games, whatever it is that he is just like playing from tip with an aggression that we've seen from him in spurts, but like you haven't historically seen it from him for the 36 or 38 or 40 minutes that he's out there. And I think him going into every game, understanding Zach is not here, DeMar is not here, this team needs 30 points from someone, I'm the guy. And like, I think that's probably, he hasn't said this, but like, I have to imagine it's boosted his confidence and just understanding him. He's been in every possible role with this team that you can imagine, from coming off the bench to being the fourth guard, to being the off guard, playing next to Zach or playing next to DeMar, to being the point guard and then back again. And so I think like there's some clarity now in what his role is and what the team needs from him and expects from him. And I think he's really delivering that. So, as well as they're all playing, like to me, the thing that feels the most real is this step from Coby, because, we've all known the talent, right? We've all known in spurts what he can give you, but the consistency of it every game, 20 plus points again tonight, the big threes in the clutch, but it's like the consistency of the driving and the finishing and getting downhill. I think that's really opened up a new height for him as a player.
Before we let you go, I did want to get at least a thought from you on what we saw from Modest tonight. He did, I think, look pretty decent in 25 minutes, but it was really Pat who played 29 off the bench who I think shined a little bit brighter, and Billy chose to close with Pat down the stretch. Another night where Modest is nowhere to be seen in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts on Modest's game, the fact that Billy rode Pat down the stretch, and then your nomination for Goon of the Night.
Ooh, that's a lot. I don't know if I can handle all that.
All of it. I want all of it.
I would say, just looking at both of those guys, I mean, part of it is you're guarding LeBron, right? And I think Modest has been great on that end. He's been maybe ahead of schedule from what I would have expected coming into his rookie year. Rim protection's been great, but there's two of him in every LeBron. He's just not physically built to be able to manage that, I think. And so we saw some spurts from him in the first half. I thought he shot the ball all right, but just was good with his decision making, especially early on in the game. He was attacking the basket. He had another nice behind the back move that he likes to go to. And even JJ Redick was talking before the game about his ability, his ball ability and what he can do with the ball in his hands. And I think he just needs to keep working on it. I think the tools are there and he just needs to refine it. So it was a nice game from him. It would have been nice to see him or get him that experience. But I think closing out the game, Patrick earned it. He was playing incredibly well. He's physically built enough to be able to switch onto LeBron or Luka and help on those guys. And I thought he defended really well, and then obviously made that huge three in the corner to open up the run that ended up winning them the game. So solid minutes from both those guys, but especially for Patrick, who's been struggling this year. I mean, just a really solid game from him overall. I think it was 11 points, but 5 rebounds and 4 assists in 29 minutes. So, we've been critical of him for lack of physicality, but I thought he really brought that tonight. And then Goon of the Night, I mean, you got to give it to Giddey. The half court buzzer beater, I think coming back from the airballed floater too, just the short-term memory with it, I think that was really good. The steal, he had the game ball. He did his interview, holding the game ball under his arm. So that was just Giddey for Goon.
Giddey for Goon. I like it. Go. Appreciate the time, man. Bulls Nation. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard. We reserve most of Goat's coverage of this team for diehards only. You can follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Go. Appreciate you, buddy. We will talk to you on Saturday.
See you guys then.
Wow. Strong leading candidate for Goon of the Night. Strong leading candidate.
Does that mean Katie puts her hand up one time?
She might.
Are we at that point right now?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very overwhelmed with the amount of comments.
So many comments. Shout out to everybody hanging out with us tonight. Hit that like button.
Well, this is when you breathe,
Hit
Katie.
the like for the Giddey miracle.
This is when you breathe, Katie, because you put your hand up, left or right, either one, it doesn't matter. And then you look at LeBron James' face, and you bring it across the back of his nose, Katie. Smack out.
To beat the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man. Woo!
Woo!
Did you do that voice?
That is the legend Ric Flair.
That is the Ric Flair.
16-time world champion.
Woo! Shout out to Empire.
Shout out to Empire Today.
Not that part, the part of the voice.
No, the beat a man got to beat the man.
Right.
All of that is Ric Flair.
That is all Ric Flair.
That's all Ric Flair, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. All of it.
Listen to
Champion.
Big Dave's All-City Wrestling Podcast.
CHGO Wrestling Podcast came out today. We did the top 64 wrestling moments of all time. Dusty Rhodes was on there.
I was about to say, that's the Florida boy.
Come
Dusty
on now.
Rhodes.
You know I'm representing, Will. I got your back. We represent it.
John Cena turned heel, Will. Oh, my God.
It's rubbing off. But right now, there's the belt. You see it. Empire Today presenting Goon of the Night. Shined up real nice and ready to hand out again. I'm going to start with you, Matt Peck. Who is your Goon of the Night?
I am going to nominate a tie.
What? Right.
I'm nominating a tie for the first time ever. Josh Giddey is my first nomination because we all just saw what he did.
Yeah.
He got another triple-double.
You did.
And the punctuation, the exclamation point, was a freaking miracle half-court buzzer beater.
Yeah.
It was a heave.
Yeah.
He said after the game, oh, yeah, looked pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty
mate.
sure it was going in.
Got a basketball,
And
mate.
look, Goat mentioned it too. I don't want to harp, but I was ready to come here and have a little bit of a laugh on an NBA player airballing a 4-foot attempt at a floater. Just missed it by a yard.
He was ready.
But then Josh Giddey said, hold my beer, Peck, you hater. And then hit a half-court buzzer beater. How could I not be impressed by that? How could I not give kudos to that? So that's my first half of my nomination.
I want to hear
the other
this.
half
What's the tie here?
of my nomination is the Giddey committee itself. All you Giddey believers out there, enjoy the moment. I mean, like, tonight might be the apex. Who knows?
Who knows?
But he is only 22, Dave. So it could just be the very base of the mountain that we're all going to climb together. Josh Giddey leading the way. That was crazy. That's one of the craziest endings to an NBA game I've ever seen. And Josh Giddey put the exclamation point on it. No hate. No hate whatsoever. That's my goon love.
I like it. Katie, would you like to give your goon of the night?
Circle back to me. I'm not ready.
That's why I thought too. Because she said she's been busy and doing stuff. She said circle on back. I'm going to give her a little time to get it together. So Will Perdue?
There's only one goon tonight. One.
That's
one only.
I don't know, Will. Who you got?
Josh Giddey, of course.
All right.
Batting 1,000 here.
Says Josh Giddey. It's him. Katie, are you ready?
This is the real test, y'all. This is the real test. This is Katie.
Well, here's the thing: is I never give it to whoever you guys give it to, so it's not going to be a clean sweep here. I'm going to give it to Patrick Williams because I talked a lot of crap about him in the first half, and then when I stopped watching to come set up the show, he actually did good things. So shout out Patrick Williams, good in the night.
All right. Wow.
Shout out to Brian who said, "We will drag you up the mountain with us, Peck."
It's a candidate out here. I like it.
I'm a wide load.
I enjoy it. That's right. Small frame. Very heavy.
I ain't lifting shit.
Tie goes. Oh, man. Well, this is awesome. Well, you see the belt here. It looks amazing. We're going to hand it out. Because Goon of the Night goes to me. I am Goon of the Night, damn it. Oh my God. Me.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, damn right I am.
He's done it before.
Let me tell you why. When Giddey hit that three, I did a whole run around this office right here. Ended up right in the studio with Katie. And it hugged up on Katie. It was like, Katie, what the hell? You won't believe it. She's like, what just happened? And I'm freaking out with her. Then I'm sitting here going insane, and Will Perdue went up on me, trying to get up on me, and I'm over here battling with one of my damn heroes right here. 4-time champion of Will Perdue. We going head to head because of what I saw tonight from the Bulls and Josh Giddey. I don't usually get to that mode, but with certain words that trigger your boy. And I got there because I am from Chicago. It's how it goes. But yes, I was on one, and I admit it. Goon of the Night goes to me, Big Dave.
Hey, I got to shout out. I got to shout out our friend Amari Green because he called it before you even said it. So shout out to him.
Oh my God!
Shout out. What you say, Will?
So what do you get for that then if you're going to give it to yourself?
I get this amazing belt.
Glory.
And the glory of being a goon.
No, I get that part.
That's it. Just the glory of being Goon of the Night.
So like
it's
a gift,
prestigious honor. Ask Mark Stein. It's a prestigious.
Is there a gift certificate? Is there?
Yeah, the dollar you gave me. I'm gonna hand that out to people, bro. I'm gonna hand it because that joint was crisp. It cut my thigh. It was so crisp, Will Perdue, when I put it in my pocket. Goon of the Night, y'all. My first of the season.
Okay, now let's get your story correct.
Come on with it, Will Perdue.
Before you made it into here, you plopped your ass down on the Cubs podcast.
Actually, no, I took a knee.
And gave a play-by-play.
I took a knee, yeah. They called me over there and took a knee. And Stucky tried to spray me with the reality spray, and I said, hey, man, black people don't do that, bro. Don't be spraying me like that, bro. Get down like that, all right?
What it's called? What is it?
Oh, you ain't seen the reality spray yet?
No, I don't.
Oh, man, okay.
It's basically just a squirt bottle, like that you would have Windex or Febreze or something in, but the Cubs guys wrote reality spray on it. For people who might need to be sprayed with a dose of reality.
With a dose of the reality. Yes.
Honestly, I feel like it's something you would have wanted to use tonight.
Right, Will Perdue. Because I told him the truth. I said the same thing as Will said about how I feel about the team. Yeah. But then I told him, like, no, dude, but what just happened was insane. Absolutely crazy and insane. And it deserves all the people going crazy. So CHGO Cubs are doing a watch along right now, y'all. And make sure y'all go over there and show them some love and subscribe to their channel as well.
Well, you heard it, Giddey Committee. I gave Josh and you all my vote tonight.
He did.
Josh Giddey is not your goon of the night. Come after this man. Come after this man who just gave it to himself.
Damn right.
To himself.
Well earned. Well earned, baby. Well earned.
This dude is in a full sweat right now.
Oh, yeah. But that's always the case, Will Perdue.
Dude, sweating more than Patrick Williams over here.
What you think this is a problem?
No. But this is usually I can't see it.
Oh yeah, but we're in Studio B. So yeah, you see the fullness of it. And your heart was going up too, baby. You showing me his beats per minute on his heart, on his spots, man. He was at what, 59 before?
Yeah, then it went down to 54.
Went down to 54, man. So Will got his intensity. He's about to put me in the post.
My goodness.
He was about to throw the elbow at me. It was awesome.
My God.
I was going to foul out.
Somebody I saw in the comments just said Big Dave can't give Goon to himself. He can. He has before.
And will again.
He invented the award.
Yeah, exactly. I do it how I want to do it. You know what I mean? And that's how it's done. Everybody's gotten one. Everybody on CHGO Bulls has been a Goon of the night before. Absolutely. It's happened.
This is true.
That's how it goes.
Katie, I see we got a bunch of super chats, so let's start knocking those out as we wind down the evening. I still can't believe I watched that. What a freaking game that was.
That was
wow.
crazy, bro.
Javen Terry saying with a super chat, 25-14-11, half-court game winner. Put some respect on Giddey.
He deserves the
respect put.
Yes.
P.S. MJ greater than LeBron. Well,
True.
For most people with even half a brain, that was never in question. Appreciate the super chat. Kimberly, $10 super chat. What up, Kimberly? Saying, just call it now. Big Dave, Goon of the Night is Giddey. Well, there's one of a few disappointed customers. Sorry, no refunds on the super chats.
We love you, Kimberly.
Yeah, we love you, Kimberly. Shout out to our guy Strick with his $20 super chat saying, oh, this back and forth is box office. I assume that's what Big Dave and Uncle Will were going at.
Enjoy the show, Strick.
Our guy Greg Braggs with the super chat saying, I've owned Peck chucks the entire bucket of hats.
Well, he dunked 4.
I chucked a few.
Yeah.
Because shout out to Emma who brought the hat bucket in here because we had, hurriedly started post game within all the excitement that I forgot my hat bucket over there in Studio A. Ben Paul saying with a $9.99 super chat, Uncle Will, love you. Big Dave, love you. Us fans who enjoy winning. We're not promised tomorrow. Enjoy the moment. Craziest sequence I've ever seen. G Money, Kobe's a star, and also a hoopy squiggly
What
star.
does that last one stand for?
The hoopy squiggly.
I think it just means like a shooting star.
Shooting star.
A star going in a circle. I don't think it would be. You wouldn't want the metaphor to be shooting star.
I think it is a shooting star.
But a shooting star is literally just dying. Like he's a ball, the guys that burn them.
Right. I mean, I didn't invent the emoji.
No, I'm just saying that's what a shooting star is.
I know, man.
Yeah, but they're pretty.
They are very pretty. You know what else is pretty? Coby White's game.
It's true.
Flip side 23. Shout out to our guy with a 999 super chat saying, "Don't stop, get it." Oh,
don't stop, get it.
Took me a second. High fives and dabs to the CHGO crew. Bulls fans worldwide. What a game! Instant classic. Consider me an official member of the Giddey committee. Oh no, flip side, I lost you. No, it's you know what? If tonight is not the night that people on the fence didn't join the Giddey committee,
yeah, it's a good night.
Tonight is the night. If you were on the fence, he literally hit half-court buzzer beater on a triple-double. If you were on the fence, tonight's the night.
It's true.
Some of us were still on the other side of the fence, but I got closer to the fence.
He looked over this time. What's all that noise?
What's going on?
What's all that noise over there?
You going to go to the game on the UC on Saturday?
No.
Will Perdue, man.
That has not changed. Not a dime of mine is entering Jerry's pocket anytime soon. Mr. Strick with a $20 super chat. Another one. Thanks, Strick. Saying when the Bears beat Green Bay, do you think Bears fans didn't celebrate despite the season? I mean, yeah,
it counts.
I will always take a victory in Lambeau.
Which they did.
I will always take a victory over LeBron James.
Yeah.
As a Bulls fan, it's just in my blood. Since that dude came onto the scene in 2003, the wiring of my brain was like, I hate that guy.
Since he walked in the door?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm not, like, too ashamed to admit that, like, there's a petty, angry version of me as a Bulls fan and NBA fan who's like, people were crowning him as the next Michael Jordan before he played a minute of NBA basketball.
I remember.
And it's like, that's not necessarily his fault.
No.
But for me, as a Bulls fan who worshipped MJ, and it was just like we were just exiting the MJ era, I was like, who's this kid? We may have. Kimberly with $10 super chat saying, look on LeBron's face was priceless, but I don't think Giddey is. Give it a little time to sink in and see where we are. Oh. Yeah. Well, again, tonight, not the night to talk about Josh Giddey's contract.
She's not wrong, but yes.
As the comments told us.
Correct.
And I agree. Tonight, not the night to talk about Josh Giddey's contract.
You're not wrong.
There's been a lot of big picture talk this season because of what the season is. That game was Wow.
That was crazy.
I can't stop saying it. That game was insane.
That was nuts.
Schwo, $4.99.
Schwo.
Got to give a shout out to Billy. Played like 6 different styles since his arrival. They
real.
continue to overachieve with flawed rosters. See red.
That's a fair point.
I mean, a true statement in my opinion.
It's a fair point.
They were playing ISO ball. DeMar, Zach, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Crash the offensive glass. Now, like this brand of basketball they're playing. My goodness. That's going to do it for those of you watching on our streaming services. If you want that bonus coverage, just head on over to allchgo.com. As we continue to roll through the super chats, Matt Lennon, one of our regulars, $1.99 super chat. Appreciate you, Matt. Chubbs82. I'm back on the Bulls bandwagon. You and a lot of others, Chubbs.
It's crowded tonight.
That road trip and then this win at home tonight. Oh, Bulls are drinking the Kool-Aid. Chubbs82 also with the $20 super chat saying, I've been disgusted with the state of basketball and with the Chicago Bulls to the point where I haven't watched that many games, but I feel the pain of LeBron James, and it has brought me back from the bottom. I like how observing LeBron James's pain is what's bringing you back to Bulls fandom and away from the bottle.
Wow. Hey, whatever gets you straight, bro.
I think Chubbs82 and I might be kindred spirits of some kind.
Whatever gets you all right. I'm with it. Okay.
Shout out to our guy, Kalen Cox. For the super chat.
Kalen.
I don't even know what to say. Don't understand how that game ended the way it did. Just shut up and take my money. That was incredibly fun. Dave the Realist Goon.
Kalen, shout out to you.
My goodness. Good dude. Another Bulls fan giving love to Billy. ISO Noah saying Billy Donovan actually coaching. He's looking like what we saw in OKC. Also, Modest cooked. Parlay with rebounds, but we got the win, so I'm good with it. I went 2 for 3 in my pregame picks.
Okay.
Kobe over 25.5.
I remember that.
That 3 in the final 10 seconds brought him to 26.
Nice.
Just squeaked it in
Just
there.
got it in.
And LeBron, most importantly, under 39.5 points, rebounds, assists.
He struggled.
He finished with like 34.
Yeah.
Cash money. Modest 15 plus did not hit.
Oh.
We'll get him next time, Modest. And Matt Nuku with the last super chat of the night. $4.99. Love spending post games with you guys. Maybe the craziest ending to a game I've ever seen. Happy almost Friday. See you, Rad. Appreciate it, Matt.
Appreciate you, sir.
Again, that is, I think, where my head is at right now. I'm stunned. I am legitimately stunned.
Yeah.
I was ready to be like, oh, okay, we were going to come on and talk like one of those, close but no cigar comeback attempts.
We were all ready for it. Yes.
Plenty of which we've seen.
Yeah.
It's a very familiar script this season. The Bulls dig themselves a hole, climb back, and either complete a big comeback or don't. I thought tonight was one of those or don't nights. They weren't shooting well from the field. They weren't shooting well from the free throw line when they got there. Yeah. Just did not have the writing on the wall of, oh, this is going to be a crazy Bulls win. Right. And they pulled it out because they went on a 9-2 run in 10 seconds. The crazy. Final 10 seconds of the game.
It was 115 to 110 with
like 9.2 seconds to go. Yeah. It was crazy.
Nuts, bro.
It was crazy.
Nuts.
I agree with that last. There's one of the craziest endings to a game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenally insane. Like just that shot, watching Reaves, and again, I love JJ Redick out of a timeout. He really can draw up a play out of a timeout. You saw it several times during this game. Plays they drew up out of the timeout that looked great. And that is just another one, that he drew for Austin Reaves, man, who, I mean, the way he gets to the bucket and the clutch factor within him is something that the Lakers are just really going to be using a lot of, especially when they get in the playoffs. They're going to rely on him a ton. Trust me, mark my words. But to do it, because he went up against Vooch, if I'm not mistaken, and got that. So going over the bigger guy, and hitting it high off the glass and getting that shot. So it's 3 seconds left, no timeouts on the clock. And you don't want it to be inbounded to Coby White. He's the hottest dude on the floor for the Bulls at that point.
Who did they actually inbound it to?
I thought, I'm sorry, it touched Coby, and then they got it out of his hands and over to Giddey.
Because Giddey took it out, right?
Yeah, you're right.
He gave it, and then they
got
basically
it back.
attempted and gave it right back to him.
Correct. And
got his feet set, and then
because they let him have it. As Matt said, they were leaving him wide open. You know what I'm saying, during that game. So why would you be worried about Josh Giddey hitting a 3, let alone a half-court 3 to win a game? It's not something he does. Well, he did tonight. It was his thing tonight, man, and that was incredible. So, I hope he sleeps with that ball. Like, do whatever you want with it tonight. It is yours, sir. You won. Congratulations. Did his thing.
Wow.
Go ahead, Will.
I blacked out.
All right, so listen. I don't necessarily expect everybody to understand my way of thinking and looking at things. right? So a lot of the
Preaching to the
fans,
choir.
what's that?
I said preaching to the choir, but continue.
Everybody got a problem with all of this, to be honest.
We all have our problems.
This is facts.
But I hope that the people that were watching didn't think I was trying, to rain on their parade. Okay. There was part of me still kind of stunned by the end of the game.
Stunning.
Wanted to get some banter with you, but I may have gone in a little too hard.
It's all good. I'm a grown man, baby. I'm right here with you.
But I also don't like when the fans get mad because I want them to be entertained. I want them to learn something. I want, So if they feel like I went over the top, then I would like to apologize. Right?
Stand on your takes, my friend.
Don't ever apologize.
That hasn't changed, and that's not going to change.
He's just talking about the
It's just like,
delivery of it.
if you came into this post game tonight after that game with that energy, you should have known you were walking into a bee's nest of very, very excited Bulls fans who were not here for your, so what's the Josh Giddey contract going to be question? I knew tonight was not the night for that.
Hey, man, you saw grown men running up and down the floor on the court at the UC after that, man. People were like losing it,
Dude.
all right? They've been in the desert forever, Will. They drank some water from a hose. And they just knew it was from the Swiss Alps. Like, you can't tell them no different.
Matt, can I throw out your line? I thought that was your line during the game.
Sure.
If
Are you about to rat me out about something I said? What did I say? What are you talking about?
It's amazing how some people that are thirsty will find dirty water very good.
The dirty water.
And it'll taste great. I thought that was a funny line. But my point is that I was still, and this is the one thing that will aggravate me sometimes about people. They want to focus on one thing. All I ask is listen to the whole message. Okay? And if you listen to the whole message, we had a discussion about Coby and how I loved his basketball IQ. I love the resiliency of this team. So sometimes, though, they want to get focused on one thing. And I get it. Because I, as an individual, will sometimes get blindsided and want to focus on one thing because I become irate by it. And I want to fix it immediately. So you're probably right. I mean, I did it to kind of, get under Dave's skin, but I probably shouldn't have done that.
No, I like that you did it. Will, I'm not.
But at the end of the day, I thought about it and I was like, were you not entertained? But probably the thing.
Katie hates that movie, by the way.
Right. But probably the thing that aggravates me is the fact that was probably a little too Stephen A. like. And that's what I don't like about doing. And I was not trying to take that approach, but then that's kind of how it came across. So
It's all good. Will, you my guy. Man.
for that, I apologize.
You my guy.
But
It's all right.
I also like to have a little banter periodically.
I love to have a little bit.
that's
Do
right.
you see who I'm cool with? Like, what do you think me and him do? Like, it's what we do.
I'm an insufferable ass, Will.
Like, we argue all the time, dog. Like, this ain't nothing.
And we have fun always.
Always.
He is the meme of a donkey with his face on it.
But I hear you when you say people want to focus on one thing. You just want them to get the whole big
Gist
picture.
of the whole
But-
thing.
But I don't think that's like kind of like not the nature of people when they hear takes. Like, oh no, they hear part of it and they jump on it, and then that's what it. Listen, when I said Josh Giddey should have a 1-year deal, oh my God, Australia lost their minds. What are you it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Don't even bring it up ever again, Dave. Don't even bring it up.
But again, as I told you, my skin is thick. I don't care. Because I know what they didn't hear, Will Perdue, was when I said, well, if the Bulls and Josh Giddey don't come to a decision about their contract, if they don't come to a head about it and they don't agree on the contract, this is the step they should take forward. They didn't hear that part. They heard the part they wanted to hear and went forward with it. And I don't argue over lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of that? You know what I mean? Like, that's a waste of my time. So, yes, I have no problem with it. But once I found out made people mad, Matt knows this. Oh, that pisses you off? Oh, 1-year deal every day.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Hey, love the engagement. And honestly, I enjoy also when Bulls fans come at me with torches and pitchforks because they don't agree with whatever.
It's okay.
It means you're tuning in.
It means you're looking. And it's okay to not agree. I promise you, it's all right to not agree, man. To agree or disagree, Feel how you feel, man. It's up to your interpretation, but thank you for tuning in and engaging.
I am nourished by your hatred. Shout out Jason Mantzoukas at Parks and Rec.
Who's the Braggs guy?
Oh, that's Braggs from
That's
too.
the one and only Greg Braggs
Oh, I
from our
didn't know
CHGO
that.
Bears crew. Yeah. Braggs in the Stands is like his personal brand of his content that he was doing for
I didn't know
Boilermakers and Bears and stuff before he came and joined us at CHGO. Shout out one last super chat, and I feel like this is a perfect super chat to wrap up the night. AK 999. Oh, we got a couple more. Two things can be true at the same time. We can want a high draft pick and also celebrate these miracles we witnessed tonight. Just appreciate the moment. Well said, AK. I agree with you. I am Team Tank, but that was wild and crazy kids. Yeah. And then one last one from Braggs, our guy. Will, your punishment for not having enough fun tonight is that I will now have to beat you on the golf course this summer. Sorry in advance. Says the guy who just had his second torn ACL replaced like a week ago.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, Braggs, you need to get off those crutches before you start making,
Yeah.
And look, not to make fun of Braggs, it's not his fault that he has two torn ACLs or one almost recovered and now one just started to recover.
How did he tear the second one?
Because everything in Wisconsin sucks.
Yeah, he was on that.
They were at a Cubs-Brewers game up at Miller Park, or whatever they call it now, like Great American Family Ballpark. And their shitty escalator broke, and it caused an escalator version of a 50-car pileup, but of human bodies, and he was one of them.
Yeah.
Thankfully, everybody survived. Some middling injuries. I think his two torn ACLs was one of the more serious injuries.
Yes.
I think a couple broken bones here and there.
Yeah.
Everybody, came out of it with their lives, thankfully. But yeah, two torn ACLs from a busted escalator.
And to be fair,
Never trust anything that comes from Wisconsin.
He still played golf with those two busted ACL. I saw it myself.
It might have helped the swing.
Hey, talk that crap. Purdue getting you already, man.
Yeah, for the record, Braggs, if you guys do put a little money down on a round of 18, I think I'm going with him.
Yeah, I'm going with Purdue.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing you can tell them, man.
What's that?
Where they need to be on a Monday.
Oh, with us at Hooters?
Oh, yeah.
Come hang out with us.
Let's go.
We got a watch party going on, 660 North Wells Street, Hooters location, y'all. We're going to do an extended pregame starting at 6 p.m. Central Time, live from that Hooters location. Come hang out with us, your fellow Bulls fans. Take advantage of their great deals on delicious wings, delicious drinks, $6 margs, and other cocktails. And watch Bulls versus OKC with us. Yeah. It's going to be a fun time. No fee for entry. Totally free to show up. No RSVP needed. No ticket needed. Just show up and take advantage of the great deals and the great vibes.
Yeah. It will be great deals and great vibes. Come enjoy us, 660 North Wells. Goat will be there. Katie will be there. It's going to be a vibe.
Goat will be there?
Goat, dude. The GOAT.
You got permission to be there?
Oh, he won't be remote. He will be live. Quaff. He got it insured.
That he did. We will get out of here for the night. Everybody have a great start to your weekend. The Bulls are off tomorrow. We are off tomorrow. Then we'll be back Saturday. What? Gets me every time. He gets me every time.
Will,
I'm always ready to turn my head and be like,
you've been gone for days.
We will be back for Bulls Mavericks action on Saturday. And we got a couple extra fun treats for y'all for that one.
Yeah.
So join us for postgame after Bulls versus Mavericks. Some familiar faces will join us.
And then you're taking Sunday off?
Yeah. That's pretty much how the whole month of March has worked.
That's true.
Games and or pods Monday through Thursday, off Friday, game Saturday, off Sunday.
Yep, that's how it's been.
Work 5, off 2.
Yeah, that's how it's been.
9 left.
All right. Let's bring it home.
Hey.
All right, now hold on.
Yeah.
Let's close it out this way.
Okay.
So when you and I talked on the phone the other day,
yes,
right? I was telling you there's 10 left. What do you think their record is over that 10-game stretch? And you get this game in the bag.
Over this 10-game stretch after.
Well, so now you know.
Including this game.
So what's their record over their final 10, tonight being the first of their final 10, and you're 1-0.
No, but what do you think though? Because of who they play.
They got cupcakes in April almost exclusively. They could go. I could easily see 6-4.
Yeah, I say
because they're playing to win, and none of the teams are about to play in April are.
That's true.
The one good team they have on their schedule is Cleveland, who might be resting guys because they've got.
And that's why I was getting ready to say, What did I tell you on the phone? I said 6-4. Because I didn't think they would win tonight because I thought, as you saw early, the Lakers would come with a chip on their shoulder. Especially after Luka spoke up. And said it's on him and LeBron to figure it out. All right? But so now, taking that, I told him 6-4. I said possibly 7-3. But the game that will decide, there's a possibility they could go 8-2. If Cleveland decides to rest some guys because they feel like they can't catch Oklahoma City, not stay in front of Boston, but catch Oklahoma City for the best record in the league. Why? Because you want home court in the finals.
Yeah.
And I think OKC is going to win that.
Okay.
So if Cleveland then makes a decision that, okay, we're fine, we have enough space and enough cushion above Boston that we can maybe give some guys some rest, keep our momentum, keep our keep playing the way they're playing, because I don't like when guys miss 3 or 4 games.
Okay.
Right? Keep their rhythm, get these guys healthy, make sure they're as healthy as possible for the playoffs. Right? You go 8-2. If the Black now after losing tonight, if the Hawks don't go 500, you could possibly get the 8.
So I think Orlando and Atlanta both took L's tonight. The Bulls now are 1.5 back of the 8th seed and 2 back of the 7th seed.
And basically 9 games left, could possibly go 7-2 the rest of the way.
Well, why not? We've gone 9-2 over our last 11 against better competition.
Because, I mean, you got Charlotte, you got Washington, you got Portland, you got
Toronto,
Miami, Toronto.
Oh, yeah. They're playing a bunch of garbage
Washington.
in April. Yeah, bunch of garbage.
Yeah, they got trash on the way. Cleveland, and you finish up
So they could be
Sixers.
they could be 40-42 when it's over.
They could be. A game better than last year.
My brain just broke.
Did they have 38 or 39 last year?
39 and 43.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so they'd be right around
The year
there.
before that, 40 and 42. So, fittingly, what they should do this year is have 38. Just one fewer win every year. It's going to take us a year each time to have one fewer win. One fewer win.
I don't think that's going to
And
happen.
then we'll go back to 46 wins. And then go back 40, 41, 31.
This is what you did. Look what you did to a special boy.
This is the system. We got to get out of here. Everybody, the Cubs crew is still hanging out. They're late night. They're playing out West Coast. So keep it right here or head over to that brand new CHGO Cubs exclusive YouTube channel. They're the first team to get their own channel. Ooh. We're going to be rolling those out for each team in the coming weeks over the next couple of months. But yeah, go hang out with our Cubs crew. If you're not ready for bed yet, we will talk to y'all on Saturday. In the meantime, follow Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Follow Uncle Will Perdue 32. He's a 4-time champ, y'all.
4 of them things.
Standards are high.
Up here.
I agree.
Better reach for 'em.
Big day, bow. BNWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Our queen of the controls is the one and only Katie Duffy. Appreciate her always. Appreciate y'all, Bulls Nation, always. Hit the like for a Josh Giddey half-court heave. Miracle!
Love y'all. Peace.
Much love. See you, Red. Be good.
We all silly like the mayor.